Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
And welcome to those of you who are doing this on catch up. Well done for making it to your mat. Remember, leave a comment, ask a question. If you love the session, save it, share it with anyone you think might be able to benefit from it. Other than that,
Yay.
I'm in Cape Town.
Welcome to Cape Town.
Thank you.
I love when Kathleen's in Cape Town. It's my favorite thing.
It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. It's honestly so fun for me. As you guys know, I'm like kind of always on my own. Well, I've got Maggie, but she doesn't talk as much as these two. I got my cat, but she doesn't talk as much as these two. But it's great to be here. Obviously, came in a few days early before the big workouts
Massive.
on Saturday.
Massive. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
actually like
it's
starting
gonna
to
be
get like those butterflies before something happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember the 25-hour workout?
We had so
Yeah.
much fun.
Guys, I'm not going to tell you. Listen to this, right? My toughest moment in the 25-hour workout was
The sleep.
at midnight. Okay, at midnight, Kathleen had a flow to sleep. What is it? Sleep to flow.
Yeah, sleep flow.
Bro, everyone at the studio
was
started
so
dropping
funny.
like flies. It was, but it wasn't. It was a 45-minute
It was
session.
a 45-minute
So
Wow.
a 45-minute session of this whole.
because it was like
Wow.
duh, and then the whole studio went quiet.
Everyone,
Oh my
everyone fell
gosh.
asleep.
Everyone was like,
Except-
I mean, that's the point of it. So I feel like I did a very good
Did
job.
such a
Yeah.
good job.
Like I did what I was meant to do.
Yo, for
And
sure.
all I wanted to do is not be tired.
And then all of a sudden,
and all of a sudden, and
so peaceful.
you get being told like, shh.
Yeah, shh. I was
So we had
literally
to
like,
like run outside in the cold and like scream and
Wake
run
up,
around
jump
just
in
to
an
kind
ice
of wake
bath.
up.
good morning.
Very tough.
Good morning, Nicola. Good morning, Domi. Domi, are you on your way? Are you on your phone while you're driving, girl?
Yeah, all of you
Watching you.
watching.
Kahanso, good morning. Ivor, good morning.
Guns.
Karen, good morning. And lovely Pat. So great to have you
Guys, I
all
want to very
here.
awkwardly just come very close to the camera quickly.
Just
Do you know what
move.
Karen's nickname is?
Is that good?
Yeah.
What?
Guns.
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 Already?
You see the
Guns.
guns on that chickie. You'll see on Friday.
I'm not sure I will ever get to that nickname.
May have
Maybe-
been in a mini sleep in.
Oh,
Wait.
bless your soul.
Oh,
Oh, Dummy, all good. We'll see you, Nana.
Leaving
But
an
now
hour.
you're gonna hit that into traffic, girl.
That's not fun.
I mean,
That's not fun at all.
You've got filming at 9
yeah.
to 11.
We've all got filming today. You filming
Yeah.
today. You
Yeah.
filming today. I'm filming today.
Ed
Ed's
feels
filming
for
today.
today.
Yeah,
John's
there's
filming
a
today. Greg's
lot
filming
of filming.
today. Lots. Ed, do you want to come say hi? I'm sure half the
I'm
people
gonna
here have
awkwardly
seen you
reach over
already.
again. Sorry.
Bridget, enjoy the catch up later. Ed.
Enjoy my challenge.
How are you doing? Join my challenge.
Join my challenge. Join his challenge.
Yeah, join us. What a- Fit for love.
Fit for love.
Fit for love.
Fit for love.
I
my heart.
did some of these sessions. Wow.
Did a lot of these sessions.
Wow.
We were very good friends, and then we're not so good friends. And now we're okay.
yesterday.
This morning sounded fun though.
There was a lot of sass going
It
on.
was fun
It was fun.
to the extent.
So if you missed your workout this morning, head back to the 6:30 and do it on catch up.
Where
That's why we got catch up. So on the
So
days
cool.
you miss the lives, you go and do it a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get my session on. You guys enjoy.
Enjoy
Enjoy it,
your
enjoy it.
workout
Get
this
my session
morning.
on.
Nicola, there are so many twins in Jeff team. There are quite a lot of twins, and we actually had. Did you guys watch that?
She's a triplet. I'm
Yeah,
a twin.
twin.
She's a twin. Kate is a twin. Julie and Connect is a twin.
Mm-hmm.
Kate?
Kate is Kate King not
No.
Kate got it? I'm twin.
No, she's not. But everyone says that she looks like.
Oh, like her brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I retract my statement.
Yeah.
Julie is the twin from Connect. I feel like they
Mo,
all
good
more,
morning.
coaches. Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys watch my Jeff 8 from yesterday?
I did.
Oh, no,
I did.
My
Jeff
sister
TV.
joined.
Jess,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
watching.
It was so much
It was so
fun.
cute,
It was
yeah.
so much fun.
You guys love it.
Actually, someone asked us what's the difference between the two of us, and we were saying how I'm like say yes. I'm like a yes person.
Yeah.
Like dive in. Whereas my sister's like, let me first make a list to see like, is this the right thing
Yeah.
to do?
Oh, okay.
And then this morning while I was driving, I was like, I have summed it up exactly. And there are two different kinds of people. Okay.
Mhm.
The first person is, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh,
And
yes.
the second person is, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh,
Those
that
are
is
the two
quite
different
well put,
kinds of
That is
actually.
people.
true, that is true.
That's-
yeah.
That's me and my
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
What kind of person
What
are
are
you?
you doing?
He's the what's the worst that could happen.
I feel like I'm a solid in between.
I'm in
fluctuate
between. I
between
think
the
it
two.
depends on the situation.
I'm not in between. I'm like, let's do this and see what happens.
No, I think for me, like if there's a lot at stake, like if it's a big risk, then I mean, what's the
No,
worst
but I
that
mean,
can
I think
happen?
that anyone's kind of like.
What is the worst? Like you see the raised eyebrows. Like, what is the worst? Like,
So
sure.
I think with the weekend workout, it's like,
What's the worst? that can
Yeah,
happen?
what's the worst that
true.
can
I
happen?
mean, y'all know.
See, but then I'm sitting here going like, what's the worst that can happen? Because we're like
you're
doing the planning
responsible
and the
for
organizing
everything.
and everything. You guys just.
But I mean,
Oh.
that's the whole thing, right? It's all about mindsets. It's all
Just
about
make it brilliant,
perception, and that changes all the time. Good morning, Mel. Lorraine, good morning, Samantha. Mel was great watching them. Oh, that was so funny. Louis, did you see that moment?
No, I think
we were chatting, and then all of a sudden we both went like this at exactly the same time, and we looked at each other and we were like,
Whoa.
no.
Do you
Stop
guys
it.
like? Do you ever, as you and your twin, like have the same thoughts at the same time? Like you think the exact same thing.
Say
You
the
want to
same
say.
We always
say-
laugh at this question because I'm like, yeah, like the other day, like my sister bumped her toe, and I was like, oh my word, my toe was all of a sudden sore. No, it's not.
I do. I have it with my sister.
Really?
Yeah. So
We've got a very weird feeling. It's really hard. I don't think we have enough time for me to explain it.
yeah.
There's this really strange feeling we've had since we were very, very young. And generally it's when we're in a new place, or when we feel uncomfortable, or when there's just weird vibes.
Yeah.
So like I'll like message my sister and be like, oh my word, I just had I had our feeling. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Kath. That's like not a great feeling to have.
Okay.
And we both know exactly what the feeling is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do. So my sister and I, we would think of the same thing, and say it exactly at the same time.
Did you listen to my phone call thing?
No.
I called my sister. Sorry for those of you who heard this yesterday. I phoned my sister and I was like, hello. And then the phone echoed, hello. And I was like, hello. And it echoed, hello. And then I was like, hello. And she was like, are you there? And I was like, and it was actually her saying hello back to me. But it sounded exactly like me.
I'll hang up and scream.
It was very trippy.
I don't think I have anything like that with my siblings at all.
That's-
No,
But
there's too many of us.
three's-
There's too
yeah,
many.
three's different.
There's
Three's
too many.
different.
There's too many.
Inga, good morning. And Nancy, good morning. Welcome, everyone. A little reminder, this morning's practice is a bit of back bend, so spinal extension. Obviously, we're going to work the spine in all its directions like we usually do. So we try and work through the entire body, even when there's a slight bit of a focus on something specific. You won't need any props, but as always, make sure that you have them handy in case you need them. And then because we're going to be doing some work on our knees, if your knees are sensitive, have a double mat, or quite a nice little trick is to put a towel or 2 towels under your mat because it gives you like an extra bit of sponge. Yes, Lisa Marie, good morning. Nicole, did you ever dress the same as your twin? We got this question yesterday as well. No, when
Just
we
as your
were
sister.
when we were very little.
I didn't like it.
No, when we were very little. Did you and your sister? He dressed the same as his sister.
All my parents dressed us when I was
But
So
like
what
just
did-
matching outfits.
but different colors. Yeah, matching
we
outfits.
did
yeah.
we did
Oh,
matching
it's
outfits, different
So
colors.
I would be like in a blue outfit, she'll be the
Yes.
exact same.
But that's
in a
because it
pink
was
outfit.
cheaper. Like I know I asked my mom
Yeah.
this once and she was like, well, it's
Yeah.
just easier. Like you're buying for so
Just-
many that you just like get it in different
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't
was
want
a
to
little-
ever dress the same as my
I was a
sister.
little fat baby. Like
cute man.
I had like I was fat. I was a dickie.
Cute
Really, I had all
man.
the wrinkles and ploy on my face.
Oh. Cherie, good morning. Glenda, Alison, welcome everyone. Lovely to see your faces. I want to chat a little bit about the new challenge news
Oh.
because I think that it's
It is
really,
great. Oh.
We're gonna lose Nick for a few moments, you guys.
Enough from you, Nicole.
I know. Just you can just tell me to keep quiet or like leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we
Like,
didn't have to
it's-
be that obvious.
It's
No,
okay.
but the challenges are
Yeah.
epic. I mean, I've been involved with the filmings as in, like in the back with Edgar for his challenge. With the Fit for Love, and it's been a great challenge. I mean, this session this morning was a epic teaser for what's to expect from the
What's to
session.
come.
And it's great. I mean, it's been hard work, well structured workouts, and absolutely loving his way of like how we structured it and stuff. So I think, you know, as we all know, Edgar's a kind,
But he's not here to
human
play games.
being.
But he's gonna work a
And
bum.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's here to push you and make you fit for love.
100%.
And I was actually yesterday, my sister and I went for a walk on the prom. I was like, very Cape Townian.
I'm in Cape Town. I have to go.
I have to go walk on the prom,
prom,
like with our dog and all of that. But seriously, and we were chatting about challenges, and my sister was saying like, but Aunt, because she hasn't done one yet. Like I'm trying to work her into one. And she was saying, I think it's just like too intense. And I was like, well, yes and no, because you can only reach the fitness level that you're at.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, like when I first started challenges, or even when I first started workouts, you guys know I only started that through Jeff. Like I would maybe get through 20 minutes of a 30-minute workout and I'd be dead. Then keeping going. Now I get through a 45 minutes and I can actually like count some reps and
not like
try and push myself through an AMRAP.
Yeah.
So just because it's like this 21-day challenge, like you're going to go through so much transformation, but on an individual level.
Yeah.
So it's like not about comparing yourself. It's like you are your only competition. I don't like to use the word competition, but you going up against yourself with the support of a lead. And I'm signing up for the boxing challenge because that's one of my like bucket list things that I've always wanted to do.
Really?
I did kickboxing for a while.
Really?
I was actually really good at it. My coach wanted me to start competing. Yeah. None of you know this about me.
Nice. You round the back.
Yes. And he took me to a competition to go suss out the thing just to show me what it's all about. And I got there, and the two chicks in my weight class, the one chick was shorter than me, but like I think she could lift a car. And then the other chick was like twice as tall as me. Like I think her hips like reached me at like eye level. And watched their thing, and I was like, no,
she'll kick you from the door.
She will literally like scoop me from like very far away, and the other one will just like grab me around the waist.
And you're like,
no,
not for me.
No, not for me.
So Sharon, definitely my darling. You should definitely stretch those hamstrings before and after.
Yes.
So after every session you do, you stretch your muscles, whatever body part you worked out, you stretch it immediately, reduce and get rid of that lactic acid immediately, and it's going to prevent you from being absolutely very stiff the next day.
And also bringing you into body awareness.
Yeah.
So instead of going straight into whoop, especially if, a lot of these guys have been doing this for years and years and years. They're athletes and they know their bodies very well. Some of us who kind of are like tired, you're fatigued, you're not sure, take those extra 5-10 minutes before just to get that mind-body connection going, to kind of spark up that muscle memory, so that when you are in your workout, you're like, okay, I know that my right hip is a bit stiff or whatever, and you can actually then pace yourself.
And that's when you start picking up injuries if you're not stretching, because you come into the session with a tight hamstring, which means you overcompensate for a tight hamstring, and you're overworking a certain muscle, and that's when you start getting a little niggle, and that little niggle starts flaring up, and then
you
it gets
ignore
into
it,
injury.
and you're like, it'll be fine, I'm going to keep going.
That's where it starts. It's when you stiff.
Stiff.
That's why we're here.
We've got about a minute to go. Tangam, welcome. Karen, I'm not sure if I greeted you, but welcome if I didn't. Sharon, I bath straight after to get going, but we'll stretch as well. Chew the hammies. Shame, Sharon. Nancy, I'm guilty of that. No one is guilty of anything. It's just about your why. Why are you inspired to do things? What is your motivation? If you want to do something, you will make it happen. So figure out how, what, and why you want to do it.
How's it, guys?
Nicole's back.
Hi, Lex.
Oh,
I missed you on Louis' live yesterday.
Hey.
Not that you're not a night, but it's just we've come to know that segment as the two of you.
We'll talk about this.
Oh, that made me so
It is
happy.
7 o'clock.
I didn't miss you.
It's 7 o'clock. All right, let's get going, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
So, that is why we love. Oh, much love. Louis. Bye, Louis.
Oh, is that it? We don't go interesting.
All right, welcome everyone. If you have just joined in to a 30-minute yoga session, we are going to start in child's pose this morning. So bringing yourself down onto your shins. If child's pose is not available to you, so this flexion in the knees, you're welcome to, for this pose, to come into a butterfly pose, so that there's less pressure on the knees, but you still get the lengthening of the spine. You're still opening up through the hips. Okay, otherwise we're going to do a nice wide knee child's pose. So big toes to touch, split your knees as wide as you can, sit your buttocks down towards your heels. Don't worry if your buttocks don't touch the heels. Reach the arms forward. Have a look at your hands for a moment. Spread your palms and spread your fingers. Take your hands just a little wider than shoulder distance, and then allow the head to relax down as far as you can. So even if your head's not down on the mat, just relax it down. And then there's this kind of counter action of pressing into your hands, getting the buttocks down to the heels, but at the same time, you're kind of creeping your hands forward. See if you can roll your outer shoulders down towards the floor. So create a little more space between inner shoulder and ear. Close your eyes. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here together, taking a moment to set an intention, either for this practice, for this day, for the rest of the week, maybe an intention for the last few days of January. Alright, once you finish those 5 breaths, press into your hands, bring yourself up onto all fours, tabletop position, bringing the knees back in. So wrists under shoulders again, finding that awareness around the hands, because the way that your hands are placed will determine the amount of support that your wrists have. And wrists are often the area that you can feel quite a lot of kind of stiffness and tension and maybe even pain in when you're not used to it being weight bearing. Knees are hip distance. We're going to tuck our toes under. I want you to have a look back. Make sure that your heels aren't going out to the side. Your heels are pointing directly up to the ceiling. So we're really getting in underneath the inner line of the feet. Start to press into your hands, almost like our child's pose, bringing your buttocks closer to your heels. So only as kind of as close as you can go, really stretching out the under side of the feet. Relax the head down again. Wrap those outer shoulders down. So for a lot of us, I see I've got some people here in shoes, which is not a yoga thing. So those of you at home, if you've still got your shoes on, I want you to take your shoes off. Okay, take 2 more breaths here. Well done. And then after your second exhale, take your time to bring yourself back up. Untucking the toes, we're going to move through 5 rounds of cat-cow, so warming up the spine. Your inhale, you're lifting the sit bones, curling your ears back, super soft belly, so really, really soft. And then exhale, draw the navel up to the spine as you do curl the tailbone down and tuck the chin in. Feel as though someone's hand is on your upper shoulders, you're trying to press them off. Keep going, 4 rounds. Breathing first, then moving. Exhale to your cats. And do 3 more in your own time. As you move, you can close your eyes. Use this as a little moment to check in with yourself, to check in with your body. It's almost like a little full body scan. Nice. And you'll finish off all 5 rounds. Coming into your pats. And then back to neutral. Tucking the toes under, we're going to lift the knees and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So keep your knees bent. If you like, ski race position here, elbows to the thighs, curl your chin in. Otherwise, if you want to go a little deeper, you can reach for opposite elbows and then you kind of tractioning the spine down. Allow the neck to be super relaxed.
Those of you who like a bit of movement here, bending and stretching into the knees. I like to kind of move my hips a little up and down as I bend my knees. You can really get in and around the pelvis, feel into the calf muscles, hamstrings. And then as we keep ourselves upside down and inverted with the heart above the head, we kind of get this almost like a little wash into the brain and the sinuses. Nice. All right, let's come back to stillness if you've been moving. Bend the knees, relax the arms if you're holding any kind of grip and if your arms are on your thighs. Spinal rolls super slow. So press your feet as if you're trying to press them through the earth. Then lift the lower belly and imagine your vertebrae as little Lego blocks, stacking them on top of one another as you come all the way up. So nice here. Remember, it's the shoulders and the head that comes up last. All right, we're going to interlace the hands in front of the chest. Flip the palms away from you. Make sure you know which finger is on top. We're going to keep the legs nice and straight, but those of you who have hypermobile joints, remember you're not locking out the knee joint, so it's slight little micro bend. Press the arms away from you. Keep the pelvis neutral, but just round upper back. So tuck the chin in. Really press. Press your fingerprints into the opposite hand. Split the shoulder blades. And then reach your arms up. Look up forward. Take a lateral stretch over to your right. So reaching up and over. And then this bottom hand, your right hand is going to pull the left arm across a little further. Full deep breaths. Nice. Back up to center and over to your left. Reaching up and over, using that bottom arm again to pull top arm across. Nice and stable through the pelvis, so lower belly joint slightly back. And then coming all the way up. You can check with a glance if you like. Otherwise, by just feeling, remember the finger that's on top. Bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. If interlacing the fingers is too much, reach for your opposite elbows if that's enough. Otherwise, you're going to take a little loop of the shoulders backwards, hug your elbows in. Some of you might start to work the arms straight, and then some of you might start to take the hands away from the lower back. Just going to take 2 full breaths here. So full inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Release. Hands out in front of you. We're going to do a second round. Interlace the fingers in front of the chest. Second interlace. Flip the palms away from you, but this time we're going to bend the knees. So we're going to include the bottom half of the spine in this. So like our cat pose, tilt your pelvis backwards, curl your tailbone forward, press into the hands and tuck your chin. If you can, biceps next to ears. So now your spine looks like a C. Really round here, squeeze the rib cage back and in. Nice, good job. 2 more breaths here. Wake up the legs. And then look forward, come all the way up. Hips stay facing forward. We're taking a little twist, so we're going to split the hands. Bring your right arm back and your left arm forward. Squeeze a little into that right buttock, so right hip is level to left. Opening upper chest. And then right arm lowers, bring it down, forward and up. Both arms up. Twist to your left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Squeezing that left hip forward, so you're really getting this nice length from left hip up to left armpit. And left arm lowers, both arms all the way up. Well done. Hands behind you, if you can remember, hopefully so. You got that second interlace. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows back. Maybe you just stay here. So here you can just hold, opening the front of the shoulders, separating those collarbones. Those of you who want to go into extension, you can. Those of you taking hands away from the back, you can. We're going to hold for those 2 breaths again. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Well done, and soften and release. All right, so we're going to move through some full big circles with the right arm. We're taking it up and back. Okay, so just a little bit of mobility here. You could stay in quite a slow circle, or you could start to move. I like to bend my knees into a little bit of momentum. You're just going to allow that shoulder joint, that ball and socket joint for that arm bone to move around. I love this. Anything with momentum feels so great. Okay, and then you're going to go just back and forward again. And then we're going to change directions. So now you're going to swing the arm in the opposite direction. Again, if the swinging doesn't work for you, gentle, big circles. All right, and then you'll pause with your second arm, and we'll switch, starting slowly up and back with the left arm. Up and back, up and back. Those of you who are going with a bit of momentum can move that shoulder around. This is also really nice lymphatic drainage, so stimulation to the lymphatic system. Okay, and then when you're ready, go forward and back, and you'll change direction. Okay, don't feel like you need to go this fast. You can do big, slow circles. Don't hurt yourself. All right, and then we'll pause. Reaching both arms all the way up. Bend the knees, take a forward fold. Hinging from the hips, take the arms down, curl the chin in, release the spine. Looking forward, we're walking into a downward dog. So start to walk your hands forward. You can allow the heels to lift away from the floor as you keep the knees bent. Hands nice and wide, spine nice and long. Nice, well done. Let's keep the left knee bent, but extend right leg, right heel down to the floor, opening the back line of the body. Switch, right knee bends, left leg extends. Good job. And then bend both knees. Take your feet just a little further back, so your dog's a little bit longer. We're going to rock into a plank pose. Lower your knees if you need to. Moving into a hanging cobra, hips lower, elbows micro bend, you looking forward. Then let's all lower the knees. Bend the elbows as much as you need to, untuck the toes. Bring yourself kind of halfway down, but then we're going to slide the arms forward, come into a Sphinx pose. Take a little shuffle of the hips, get the pubic bone pressing down to the mat. We're going to bring left hand over to the right. Bring your right heel towards your buttock. Okay, so I want you to notice as you squeeze your right heel to the buttock, often what happens is that right hip pops away from the floor. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift your right thigh and roll your left hip down. Okay, tricky one this, because your left arm's working quite hard to keep the chest lifted. Your right arm's going to reach back. See if you can reach for that right outer ankle. Okay, so you're bringing it towards you. If you want a little more, you can bring the hand to the inside. And if you want to go even further, you can kind of slide that foot in towards the forearm or in towards the crease of the elbow. Press that right hip down. Notice how that increases the stretch in that right quad, in the right hip flexor. My left leg is active. I'm breathing. Stay 2 more breaths. Well done. Slowly release. Okay, we're going to switch. Right hand to the left. Left heel to buttock. We move step by step. Right leg is active. Press that right foot into the ground. And then lift the left thigh to roll that left hip down. Take that left hand back to the outer left ankle. Try and roll your left rib cage forward. Okay, if you went a little deeper, left hand to the inside, or slide the top of that foot up the lower part of the arm. Keep pressing that left hip down. Full deep breaths. Even if you can just reach that foot, that's perfectly fine as well. Well done. Slowly release. Come back into your Sphinx pose. And then you're going to press into your hands, lift the elbows, pop the elbows out to the side so that you can roll the spine back down. Bring the forehead to the mat and then slide the hands either side of the rib cage. Press into your hands now as you come up onto your knees. Take a moment here, neutral spine. And then tuck the toes under, find your downward facing dog. So now you might take your legs a little bit straighter. Keep rolling the outer shoulders down. Remember, we prioritize lengthening of the spine. Well done. One more breath here. Nice. We're going to take our right foot forward to between our hands. So you could either take one step or you could move the foot halfway, even using your right hand to assist yourself to step through, lowering your left knee down. Reaching both arms up, both hips are facing forward. Bend the elbows, take a nice little back bend here, curl the ears back, and keep your chin tucked and pull the elbows past the line of the shoulders. Extend the arms. Draw lower belly back. So this is a little bit of a nerve stretch as well. Full deep breaths. Well done. And bring the hands down and forward. You're either going to step straight back to your downward dog and wait there, or step into a plank pose. We move to that little hanging cobra again. Thighs can lower if you need, or thighs stay off the floor. And then we're all going to meet up and back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Left foot forward. So again, you can step it halfway or step it forward in one go. Lower right knee down. Press firmly into that front foot and reach the arms up. It's that little bird wing action, so the cactus arms, you're bending the elbows, and here you're really squeezing the shoulder blades together. I like to it's this feeling of elbows moving forward and palms starting to rotate up towards the ceiling. Think for lifting up instead of collapsing back. And I want you to bring pressure into both your front foot, your left foot, as well as the back foot. So you should be able to lift your back knee up at any time. Well done. Again, extend the arms. Draw the lower belly back so you're not collapsing into flexibility. Well done. And slowly bring the hands forward. Last little flow here, or you can move straight to downward dog. If you want to full chaturanga, shoulders in line with the elbows, over the toes, upward dog, and downward facing dog. We're going to come into a cross-legged position from here. So you can either take a little jump, or you're going to bring your knees down, cross, and bring yourself to sit down on your buttocks. Legs out in front of you, hands reaching forward. Keep the feet glued to the mat. And you're slowly going to roll down one vertebra at a time. So it's like a backwards spinal roll. You're coming all the way down. Watch that little speed bump at the sacrum as you bring the head down to the floor. All right, slide the feet closer to the buttocks. So setting up for your bridge pose. Remember, bridge pose alignment, feet are parallel. The femur bones are moving straight out away from the hips. Taking hands either side of you, we're going to press into the feet, squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift up into your bridge pose. Holding here, wake up that back line. And then slowly from top to bottom, roll the spine back down. Nice, well done. We're going to do that again. Press into the feet, raise the hips, But if you remember our interlace behind our back when we're standing, we're going to do that. So you're going to see if you can bring your fingertips to touch. That might be enough. Perhaps you can interlace your fingers. Okay? Perhaps you can get a little tighter, extending the arms and pressing the pinky side of your hand into the floor. Lift up. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. 2 more breaths. Keep the inner knee squeezing together. Nice, and then release the hands. Really slowly here, from top to bottom. So it's this nuanced movements, this little kind of pressing down of vertebra by vertebra as you come all the way down. Right, last round here. Well done, everyone. 2 options. You're either going to move into your bridge or into your wheel pose. Okay, we're all going to move into bridge pose first, so lifting up. If you took the hands underneath, you'll do that again. You'll just change your interlace. You want to move to wheel pose, arms reach up. Please don't hurt yourself if you don't practice this a lot. It might not be the right time for you. Flex your wrists, bring your hands either side of the head, hug your elbows in. You're going to press onto the top of your head, and then from there you're going to lift. Otherwise, you're just going to stay in your bridge pose. You're going to hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. If you're up, tuck the chin in, land on the back of the head, and then everyone from your bridge pose, slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. Nice. Take a moment here. Just let the heart rate settle, the breath settle. And then keep your feet just kind of 2 or 3 centimeters away. Reach your arms up and just gently start to window wipe your knees from side to side. Take a nice sigh out through the mouth. Let that go. Back bend's very energizing practice. It really switches on, switches on our energy system, gets the energy flowing up and down the spine, wakes up the brain, wakes up the breath. All right, finish on the second side. Bring the knees back up. Bring the alignment back to your bridge pose. You're going to bring your right thigh towards your chest. So you might be holding onto the front of the shin or the back of the thigh here. Flex your right ankle, come into a figure 4. So now you're opening outer right hip. Keep the left ankle flexed. It protects that left ankle joint and the right knee. Right ankle flexed. It protects the right ankle and the right knee. Stay here if you want a little more raised left leg. You're holding onto the back of left thigh or front of left shin. Full deep breaths here. Pressing that mid-spine into the ground. So this is our release for our back bend, for our spinal extension. All right, place left foot down, right foot down. Switch, left thigh to chest. Remembering you want your forehead to be the same level as your chin, even a little bit higher. And then let's flex left ankle, outer left ankle, right thigh. Stay here if that's enough. Remember, pelvis pressing into the mat, or move into the variation that you did on your first side. Nice, release. Right foot down, left foot down. You're going to squeeze right thigh to chest, extend your left leg forward, take a full breath in. And on your exhale, curl up, bring your nose to your knee. Really squeeze, pressing lower back into the floor to release. And then lower the spine down. Take your right arm out to the side for a twist, rolling onto your left hip. Full deep breaths here. Well done. And then you'll roll back and we'll switch. So readjust, take a little wiggle if you need. Extend right leg forward. Take a twist. Left knee over to the right. So you're really trying to get that left shoulder blade down to the mat. All right, and you're going to roll back through to center. Squeeze both legs to chest. We're going to take a rock to sit all the way up. As you sit up, take your buttocks back, extend the legs. If your hamstrings are super tight, you'll bend the knees here. You're going to reach the arms up, take the chest forward, bring belly to thighs. Hands can either rest either side, or perhaps you're holding onto the feet, relaxing the head. Some of you might have your legs a little straighter, and you're just going to feel for taking your head forward instead of just dropping it down. So I like to take a little halfway lift, suck the belly in, and then try to take myself a little further forward. Beautiful, roll up. Going to bend the right knee, take the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Again, reaching the arms up, taking that forward fold, only going as far as you can. Remember, you're not trying to look like my shapes. You're not trying to do what anyone else's body can do. You're simply opening your own body, paying attention to where you are, what's going on in your internal ecosystem, what's going on in your muscular and skeletal system, really just tuning into where you are. Come all the way up to sit. Bring right knee up to face the ceiling. Last little twist here. Left elbow can hook across the front of that right knee as you twist. Right hand behind you. Or left elbow can hook across. I want you to lift the sternum and look over to your right. Look back forward, unravel, and we'll switch left sole of the foot to inner right thigh. Arms reach up, take your forward fold. And then slowly come up. Bring left knee to face the ceiling. Taking a twist, left hand behind you. Right elbow to the front of the left knee or hooking across. I want you to lift up as tall as you can. And then if it feels good, rotate to look to your left. Right leg is active, so there's awareness out to the fingers and the toes in every pose. Release, look back forward. You're going to cross the legs, remembering if crossing the legs is not accessible to you, you can move into a butterfly pose. We'll reach the arms up. Looking to close our practice, allow the arms to move down, curl the chin in. You might have your elbows down as you fold forward. Taking a couple breaths here, remembering that intention that you set in the beginning of practice. Bringing that back into your awareness now. Feeling how it's anchored, not only through your mind, but through your heart and through your body. Slowly come up. Change the cross of the legs. Float the arms up. And fold forward. And then slowly bring yourself all the way up. Take a nice big loop of the shoulders. Bring your hands to your heart for a moment. Close your eyes. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath in through the nose. A big sigh out. Taking a moment just to thank yourself for showing up, for your dedication and your commitment to your practice and to yourself. Most of the time we very easily we stick to commitments we make to other people, to our family, to our jobs, and often we don't stick to the commitments we make to ourselves. So well done for being here. Gratitude to yourself, gratitude to your body, and gratitude to the practice of yoga. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Well done for getting on your mat. You're doing this on catch up. Please let me know how that session was for you. Leave a comment, leave a question, and have a beautiful day further. Those of you here live, lovely to have you all here. I hope that you enjoyed that. Such a pleasure, Ivor. Such a pleasure, Pat. Well done, everyone. A little stronger practice this morning, a little more intense. If you found it quite hectic, then I suggest taking a few of the movements that you found challenging, maybe not hectically challenging, and making sure that you're doing those more regularly. Lisa Marie, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Sharon, also so glad you enjoyed that. Good luck with your next workout. See you on Saturday. Zalna, such a pleasure. Nancy, I was a bit stiff this morning. I'm sure we're all feeling a bit stiff at the moment. Cherie, such a pleasure. Karen, Cheryl, so glad you guys enjoyed that. Lorraine, it's some of my favorite work. Esmarie, by Liefde. Paolo, lovely to have you here. So not thinking like, oh my word, I couldn't do half the class, Let that go. That's ego talking. That's literally ego talking. That's judgment talking. Let that all go. Meet yourself where you are. I always say, like, give yourself a break. You know, we are all doing our best. So give yourself a break. And that little reminder of, if you're training really hard, right? You're training really hard, you're building muscle, your body's going to be tight. So then you can't expect yourself to like be in like super open in your body, but it doesn't make it wrong or right. It's just that then you need to know when you get on your mat that you need to work from where you are. We are so individual. We live individual lifestyles. We do individual training. Meet yourself where you are. Be kind to yourself. Support yourself like you would a friend. Give yourself a hug and some love today. Really excited for this weekend. Really excited for all the new challenges launching. If you're not sure how any of that works, the promo information, everything is on the website. Go check it out, and you're welcome to send me a direct message if you have any questions around anything. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye.